All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yet another weekend of the roundtable matches. Today we're going to be starting off with not ninerik versus Demonical, which I was about to say, but ninerik versus Demonical. And I am not, and I'm joined by Doomsday this fine day. How are you?
What's up, what's up? I'm doing good, Just taking it easy, as you do. It's another weekend of banging Roundtable 2 Qualifier action. The SemiFinals, man.
SemiFinals. It's not the longest, so many people were sifted out by the qualifier to the qualifier that, not the longest tournament, just round of 16. We're moving quickly.
Indeed. So already down to the top 4 there in the winners bracket. And the remaining players in the losers bracket, it's... the level of quality doesn't really dip much, does it? These players you see on screen right now fighting for their lives, and the first game we're bringing to you is one of those in ninerik and Demonical. We've had some very tough matches already in this tournament. It doesn't get any easier for them. What do you think about this matchup then, Norts, between ninerik and Demonical? Like, what's your opening opinions?
Well, I mean, just to talk about the players, since we have these beautiful cards on screen every time. ninerik is, as people might be familiar, an extremely strong speed player, one of the absolute best in the world. I mean, I believe he won Speed Cup, was it? I never remember the name, but in very dominating fashion. I think, did he drop a single point against Utami or something like that in the grand finals? I mean, just arguably the best speed player in the not really. I wouldn't go that far, actually. I just need to stop myself. But he's also become well-rounded as of late. Very strong player in even a 1v1 tournament setting. And, almost all positives. But, what do you think, Dooms?
ninerik's shown that he's not just a speed one trick. I mean, I think most people who have watched him play know that he's not. But I think some of his most impressive performances this tournament so far have been on the rest of the pool. He's shown that he's very solid on pretty much anything that's been thrown at him. But definitely, you don't want to face him on speed. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
But that moves swiftly on to Demonical, Singapore's shining star, who he himself, I think, has gave a great account of himself in this tournament so far, and he's shown why he is the rock of his team in OWC. Very solid control player, ult player, techie player. He's been really liking these control maps so far in this tournament. I don't think that's going to change much in this match.
Yeah, absolutely, especially given just prior to the stream starting, talking about stuff like Hidden 3. Very likely to see that picked up if it goes unbanned. That's the real question, most likely. Since I would assume Demonical is going to try to pick into some of the hidden. I kind of had the impression that maybe one of ninerik's weaker points, as much as he has been quite solid all around, and potentially something to exploit, especially when aim control is involved.
Yeah, perhaps. It seems as though ninerik has been forced to play lots of hidden so far. He's been pretty decent at it, although you'd say the reading side of things is where you can definitely do some damage against ninerik.
Yeah. That's kind of the concern, because I think I would argue that something like Hidden 3 or aim control, there's a pretty notable reading element to being able to play that kind of stuff. So even if the AR isn't low, as long as it isn't 10, I think might be something a bit scary.
Right. I wonder if we'll see another Hidden 2 incident, because it's right there. It's Love BBB.
I would love to see it. It's such a slapper. It's so awesome. God, yeah. I'm kind of surprised to see it in this pool, though, since it's a 7.5 pool. It seems like a bit late to have this, but I mean, it is the kind of map that people just don't really FC in tournaments. People just miss, so... I mean, that applies to every AR8 pick, but I think even AR8 players can struggle to find an FC and match on something like a Yolk's low AR pick in Hidden. They're pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't think it's too out of place in this pool. A pool now that is getting very high up in the difficulty now. We've got plenty of maps that are way over 7 stars now. Some of them approaching as high as like 7.7 at times. So this is a tough pool. I think it does fit in well. The picks and bans starting to slowly roll in here. And it's looking like it's going to be first ban for Demonical, because he's picked first pick. How quickly does the speed get banned? Oh, no, wait. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Appears...
Ignore me.
I mean, who knows? Every tournament has got to change up the ban pick order thing. Can never keep track.
Dude, man. So yeah, ninerik then. Speaking of bans, ninerik bans. He's not going to ban speed, which is what I was about to say. He's going to ban something else, and well, we're going to see some number 3 banning. Hidden 1, okay. Maybe not.
Kind of a surprising ban. Like, out of the hiddens, I'm surprised that that's what he goes for to ban up front. It's relatively high BPM as well, which makes me think that, you know, someone like ninerik might be a bit more comfortable on it, but perhaps not.
It's a weird one, really weird one. Demonical is very solid mechanically, but I don't know about the hidden 1. I think it's a bit of a toss-up between the two.
Yeah, I feel like
followed up by Demonical.
I feel like there's just opportunity cost. You know, like this ban could have been used on something else.
Yeah,
but DT2 makes a whole lot of sense. There's really not much to say about it. It's a brutal DT stamina pick. Probably don't want to play that against against ninerik rather.
Speaking of speed, there has been like one speed pick that in the pools have been like moving around the pools. We had one in hidden last week. There was one in hard rock the week before. The ultimate speed pick is in no mod this time in your disposal, which I think benefits some of these stamina players really well. It's just no mod pure button mashing. ninerik will be definitely looking at an extreme map like that, just sitting on a fairly comfy no mod spot. That's a good pick, I'd say, but we'll see. And the second ban from Demonical just makes me sad. Noughts. He just banned crazy motorcycle chase.
Oh man, it would have been fun to see it, but I can't help but sympathize with the desire to not play it. It's in a tournament setting in particular. It's I don't know. It's pretty tough.
I think it's tough for everyone. Like, who plays AR6 DT in tournament?
Yeah,
like,
no one. Like, it really isn't a thing that comes up. Actually, no mod 3. That was the ban, no?
Number 3, I believe, was banned by ninerik, which is, I guess that one makes a bit more sense on the face value of it.
Yeah, I just saw it switching to that, so it was a bit confusing. But
right. Followed up by the no mod 4, though. Next one in line. First picked from ninerik here. Some pretty extreme slider tech here to kick us off.
This map is pretty cool. I've always liked this one.
It's a bit of a classic, this. Pretty, I wouldn't say old school at this point, but it's been around a few years. All the players are going to be pretty knowledgeable of this one. But it's got some hard back and forth stream patterns into some pretty wacky sliders. I'd say the streams in this are what make this map so hard to hit these drops. So we'll see how they manage those. Slowly winding into this one. It's do or die for these two to kick off the Roundtable Qualifiers Tournament this week. Norwegian speed god himself in ninerik, or is it going to be Demonical? Singapore's shining star.
Well, to start things off, ninerik with a break before the first TI here, unfortunately.
Yeah, those streams, man, they are nasty. ninerik caught out immediately. Demonical, though, looking good early on.
Demonical still holding.
See why they act though, the ninerik, it's just misaims really. Not dropping too much AC. He's starting to now. Demonical,
Demonical
finally breaks his FC.
over-aimed one of the bursts there. That was pretty unfortunate. Aiming all these sliders so cleanly.
Man, Demonical nearly nailing that. I am curious about this opening pick, though, from ninerik, to be honest. It's not over yet for him, but Demonical has liked his tech a lot in his own picks, so...
Wait, this was a ninerik
tricky
pick?
one.
Oh, no.
Yes, it was. It's got that red border.
Christ.
Still very much comebackable, though, with the ending being more of the same. But ninerik has to find combo. He really struggled there on those streams in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, he basically didn't find any combo. I think the big ask here, though, is that you need Demonical to not combo. Well, you do.
How crazy things have happened, man.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's looking pretty grim. Demonical looked pretty good. He's been hoping to do even better than what he did. Well, we'll see now. Here we go with the next hard pot. Oh, that's not what you need, ninerik. Oh, it's not looking good.
Demonical yet again. Looking pretty good into this Ki.
Yeah, this is not working at all for ninerik. Demonical just chilling. It's another break, but it's few and far between from him.
Yeah,
ninerik
just
really
let go of a bud slider early. Yeah, that felt like the first proper miss from Demonical. This is a really good play. Very, very good play from Demonical.
500k on that is no joke, man. It's a great way to open this one up. And Demonical will be taking that bit of charity, I think. A big backfire from ninerik to kick things off. It's a long game, though. But what a start here for Demonical.
I'll say it appears this was indeed a Demonical pick, by the way. Yes, it was a mistake on the overlay.
Okay, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So it was a bit of a bug on screen. We all got baited. It's fine. That was a Demonical pick. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy crap. Okay, ninerik's actual first pick. I take that back. I apologize, buddy. Good pick there from Demonical.
it was always going to be this for ninerik's first pick. It was never going to be the Nomad 4. It was always going to be the speed.
Yeah, kicking us off with some raw speed. I mean, this hits 300 BPM for a very brief period of time. It's mostly 270 BPM. Complete speed, like very little aim. Just lots of bursts and bursts and bursts. Now, Demonical has been pretty good on the speed. Particularly on the more stamina-focused ones. With this being raw speed, though, it's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle, you think, against someone like ninerik, who will be expecting to just destroy this map, I imagine.
Especially with the pool getting harder at this point, I think we might be starting to enter territory where he's no longer going to be able to keep up with someone with the skill cap on speed, as ninerik does have.
Let's see, here we go. Early act drops from ninerik, but just adjustments, nothing much really. So short, minute and a half, that's all.
I'll say, as of right now, Demonical's doing just fine, so... a little bit scary for ninerik.
Looking pretty close. I mean, the accuracy advantages with ninerik, of course, but with the combo game, it's all to play for still.
Oh
Longer
god.
streams now, the longer ones.
Both players still comboing. ninerik with an AC advantage, but it's all about combo. At the end of the day, if He does end up breaking.
With the speed up. I think it's over though on Ak, 100k in Ak alone.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. ninerik will take it. It ends up being an Ak battle. Wow.
It's an impressive FC from Demonical. Double FC on this. But in this matchup, you need a bit more than an FC usually to beat ninerik, and that's how it's looking.
Yeah.
A good attempt though.
It's a tough one for Demonical. I mean, I think for Demonical, there's no reason to fret about the Ak battle on this one. Given the dominating performance on something like Nomad 4, he's got plenty of stuff to go for, and I think this hidden 4 pick from him immediately is a really good option. Just picking one of the techier picks in the mod pools, and I guess continuing down that path since such a dominating performance on the Nomad 4.
From one absolute classic to another too. When it comes to techness, I mean, it's another one that's been around the block a few times. Newspapers for Magicians.
The good Camellia music.
As opposed to the non-good kind.
Mm-hmm.
fair. Yeah, classic.
You know, it's left up to audience interpretation entirely. I will make no further statements.
Oh. Apparently we're not allowed Chameleon now. We're not allowed anymore. Oh, there we go. Okay. But yeah, it's kind of ulty. Kind of flowy. A lot of rhythm changes in this on hidden. Lots of 1/3s, 1/4s, 1/6s. So plenty of that to manage on hidden. At least the AR is high enough to manage. It's also quite long, meaning you need quite good consistency on this to really make good use of a pick like this. Demonical's shown that he can do it so far, but map pools are starting to get pretty hard now. I don't think it's his favoured protocol on hidden, but we've seen him do it before. On the ninerik side, we have seen him manage to pull off some pretty special little plays on maps like this already. He's had to play a lot of hidden so far in this tournament. He's done okay on it, but I think certainly he's going to be the underdog in a matchup like this. He can do things, especially on a map like this, which he probably knows very well. Very famous map. Here we go then. First big drop here.
Both players still holding, kind of yet to get into some of the harder stuff. Actually, now in the transition, Demonical, first player to find a break here. Very, very big break for ninerik, actually. Such an opportunity to get ahead. Still comboing.
He's handling things very well at this point. And that is excellent stuff here from ninerik.
Yeah.
Holding FC into the next little slow part. More the weird rhythms here. A lot more of that 1/6 coming in as well, and 1/3. Demonical with another break. ninerik dropped his FC though. He's 80k in the lead. Not too much, but it's a nice spot to be in for him for sure.
Yeah, Demonical actually continuing to drop combo. Maybe struggling a little bit with the 1/6. he's still in this, nonetheless.
He really is.
Plenty potential for a comeback here if ninerik starts to find similar hiccups.
Gotta say, he has looked more comfortable on this though. Throughout, Demonical finding quite a few more consistent breaks than ninerik is. But ninerik has to hold his ground through this final drop now. Big flow aim coming in here.
Oh, and a break from Demonical.
Oh man, now it's looking good here for ninerik. It's another reset, but that's only going to help him out with so little combo on the field now.
The fourth of the map left. ninerik might already be safe even. I don't know. I don't think there's enough for Demonical here.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be cutting it really close. ninerik would have to continue to break, and he's found his footing now. That has got to be it. There it is. Definitely signed, sealed, and delivered now. ninerik, huge steal. Huge steal on this one. Honestly, that
I'll say
really good.
Yeah. No, doing really well on this. I would say that. I mean, ninerik just played this map better. It's not even necessarily a steal. I don't know. It's Demonical looked uncomfortable on this map. It's rather surprising. Almost feels like a mispick.
Probably was one of those things. Hoped it would go a little bit better, but it just didn't click for him. In terms of the accuracy in that, you can tell it was pretty close, but the aim consistency was definitely on the side of ninerik here.
Yeah.
Looks far better. There we go, man. All these hidden picks into ninerik. This one's not paying off, though. Nice play there from ninerik.
Hidden abuse denied.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure everyone is very happy about. Hidden abusers always get hated on, I feel like.
I don't know, man.
It's a skill, you know.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's okay. If the AR's low, it's fine, okay? This is what we're going with, okay?
Yeah.
At least that's how I see it. Hey, look, no mod 5. Who's surprised about this? Because I'm not. I'm not surprised. Some lovely, wholesome cattle decapitation at your disposal. Now this is just tapping. This is like all tapping all the time. This is exactly what ninerik would want to be getting into.
Or if you wanted to make a new like death metal band at this point, what name do you even choose? Because the whole point is to try to be as shocking as possible, but you know, it's just normal at this point that bands are just named Cattle Decapitation or something. Who knows, man?
Well, you get style points, don't you?
Style points?
Yeah. From what I understand, isn't it like the name of this band? It's like they're like a lot of their lyrics are based around like the environment and things like protest songs, right? So it's a lot of things like that. So the name it's kind of poignant in that sense, I guess. Anyways, you know what else?
I was entirely unaware. Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite interesting actually.
Yeah. Well, Demonical yet again, at least early on here, keeping pace. Maybe I've just underestimated just how monstrous Demonical actually is. ninerik actually finds a break on what just happened.
Missed it on aim on the stream map. That's what happened. That is unlucky from the
Oh dear.
Well, here we go. Demonical can finally try and take this one to the bank if he can keep combo gaming this. He's starting to cough a little bit on these long streams, but he hasn't missed yet. Oh, kick slider got him. Ouch. He didn't even take the lead off that because the act was so down.
The stamina not holding on here for Demonical, unfortunately. Not quite able to keep pace. ninerik, meanwhile, still sitting on a 99. I mean, self-evident just how comfortable he is. I guess regardless of how well-rounded a player becomes, a speed player is always a speed player. They will just miss on literally nothing. It's unlucky.
No, and he's still fine. It's still an act game, guys. But Demonical has shown that he can definitely combo through this on stamina-based maps. He is being good in this tournament so far. He can pounce if ninerik chokes again. You'd imagine it'd have to happen pretty soon. We're at the halfway point now. Middle section, by the way, it's actually slightly faster than the first section. It goes up to like 230 BPM just there from 227. It slows down later, which could change things on Demonical's side. If ninerik finds another choke somewhere. But it's not looking like it right now, ninerik.
Oh, Demonical under-aims. Very small under-aim there, unfortunately finds a break, and... I mean, especially given the accuracy on ninerik. Very hard to imagine him dropping this point, but nothing too unexpected.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, well, at this point, it's looking grim here for Demonical.
It was a valiant
pull
effort.
Off this.
It's... Especially given the opponent here. It's a valiant effort, but...
Right. When I was watching ninerik go off of this, I imagine this looks intense, but he's probably just chilling.
Yeah.
This is like his warm-up BPM. He looks so rock solid when it comes to the act, man. It's so impressive to watch. Just craziness. Man, just what an unfortunate breakthrough from ninerik. That is so sad, but he still completely demolishes Demonical on this. You know what though? Demonical holding nice combo. There were a couple coughs on the stamina, but he held pretty well for a lot of that. Just his opponent, really. That's the issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Opponent was too good at speed. It's what happens when you face a speed demon, I suppose. That act though is not okay, Dortz.
Ack is just insane, just disgusting.
Filthy, even.
It could have easily been 99 as well. I think he kind of flubbed on one stream or something and dropped enough hundreds to tank his Ack. Broadly, you know, I feel like just that one part probably is responsible for a pretty significant proportion of his hundreds. HR2 gonna be the option for Demonical here. I guess in spite of the dominating performance on Nomad 4, maybe a bit less fortunate on the Hidden 4, and thus maybe not wanting quite yet to go into the HR3, which would also be a pretty techy map that he could potentially go into. But HR2, the precision, and it's one everyone ought to be familiar with, I think.
It's another... Demonical is picking all of the classic maps.
Yeah.
That's just what he's doing.
He's picking bangers. I respect it.
Making up for banning DT4, I see. Nice try. But this is, yeah, precision, awkward aim, some whacked out streams on this as well. Also, of note, the ending for this is so hard. The ending is like way harder than everything else in my opinion. So I wonder if that's going to play into things here. And there's a couple of early breaks. He himself has done really well on precision maps in this tournament so far. So he should be very competitive.
Well, for right now, Demonical in the lead, looking pretty comfortable, high on the accuracy as well. Both players doing quite well in that regard.
So far, so good here for Demonical. These anti-aim sections, those snappy patterns, not phasing either player. Really do need to have a strong snapping game for patterns like these. This team making light work of it though, just the early breaks from ninerik splitting things up. Oh man, he's gonna have to do something on this ending, Norts. That is not a good place to be for ninerik here.
Yeah. Also, the lead is already really, really big. I'd question whether or not he can even recover from this, especially now that we've crested the 750k mark for Demonical. It might just be over, especially with ninerik breaking on the wiggle there.
Yeah, you see, Demonical needed to break there to make anything happen, but it wasn't to be. Oh, ninerik hitting the end stream though. Okay. But too little too late. Nice run from Demonical though. 870k. FCing all the way to that ending too.
Yeah, he did get a lot of misses at the end, but I don't think he can be blamed for that. That's only natural.
Yeah, it's understandable. ninerik with just a 5 miss. Just really unfortunate, some of his misses, and his accuracy as well. Holding a lot more of that end. Consistency winning the day here for Demonical. Keeps things within punching distance. Really needed it too, with ninerik taking the reins on next pick. Where does he go next though? He's gone double speed. Not really much of that left. Could go into No Mod 2. He has liked those No Mod 2s in this tournament. Wouldn't be a bad shout, I think.
Chelsea, is this yet another map of this song? What the heck?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay, I guess I think ninerik is just trying to show us that he can actually hidden. Because he can. Because we keep talking about his speed, so it's like, dude, I'm not going to play speed. I'm going to play some low AR hidden instead. Which, to be honest, against Demonical is not a bad choice. I don't think Demonical is that comfortable, and this being quite reading heavy, this actually could be a pretty inspired pick. I guess we'll see.
I'd love to see it. It would, ninerik breaking out the pocket sand. Just,
Straight up. Here we go. It is time. Another hidden 2 incident. Which way is it going to go? Yeah, some of the bursts in this. The way the overlap is so weird. Some 1/3 here as well. Very reading heavy.
this map's got swag. This map's got massive swag. Oh, here we go. Demonical first to break. Oh dear.
The pain.
Gee, ninerik in a really good position here if he can manage to hold. Not the longest map in the world, so. Oh, Demonical continuing to drop an absolutely insane amount of misses. Meanwhile, ninerik continuing to combo, actually, looking like an incredibly good pick as of right now. And I mean, actually, there's no doubt. Yeah, even if ninerik breaks here, ninerik has just crushed Demonical on this map.
Yeah, it's so one-sided. ninerik was combo gaming like a champ on that one. Very nicely done. Great pick. Great pick. Demonical just didn't have an answer for it.
You'll love to see it.
That's a good score from ninerik.
Yeah.
Nice combo on that.
Yeah, legitimately good play from ninerik. Very good pick. I'm happy to see it.
Damn, dude.
Throwing a wrench in the works.
Yeah, straight up. There's one more hidden left. It's, of course, not low AR. I wonder if Demonical will be thinking about that one after that, because he's showing ninerik that he's flexing on these hidden picks. He's taking both.
Yeah, pretty unexpected, honestly. I wonder about Hidden 3, though. Is, you know, yeah, okay, Demonical does pick HR3. I would like to see Hidden 3 just because I at this point am not really sure who would do better on it. Demonical, it might just be that a lot of these misses he seems to be getting is just because of Hidden, maybe a lack of comfort at the moment. So despite proficiency on aim control, maybe something like Hidden 3 actually isn't a good pick at this point in time, but I mean, does end up going with the HR3 for now, kind of continuing to pick into the tech.
I think this is a good shout, really, with the way the picks have been going. Getting Demonical back onto that hard rock where he has been very strong, and especially onto the control side of things, is probably a good way to try and reset himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Back on home base somewhat here for Demonical. Techy, streamy, aimy, bit of everything here. Tech aim with streams is how I describe it. And well, early on, ninerik with a couple struggles in that opening, which is pretty hard. This map doesn't really pull any punches at the start. Demonical with a great start here.
ninerik is holding his recovery combo here, though. Not too far behind. Poised to take it back if Demonical breaks, but unfortunately ninerik finds yet another break at about the halfway point. Really, really bad spot to break.
Recovered nicely, but Demonical has found his foot in here, still holding that FC, 98% as well. Bit of consistency winning the day here. These streams are so nasty though, just fine to catch out Demonical, but that lead is huge, but there's still a third of the map to go. But ninerik needs a miracle here. Demonical would have to collapse.
And it's not looking likely.
No. This being more of the same. I can't see him dropping multiple times here. Now there's one, but too little too late, thoughts.
Yeah, it's going to be yet another Demonical point on an HR pick. Almost 600k there.
He needs it though.
Yeah. I guess it really was mainly that stream section that caught out Demonical. Did get a break there later on into the map as well, but
still on a knife edge, this man. It's on a knife edge. ninerik has his nose in front, but he can't really get ahead of Steam. Demonical's keeping himself in it with these hard rock picks. Still too open, you know, Abandoned Shrine Party looking like a really good one for Demonical at some point if he's going to go down this route. ninerik, on the other hand, still has no mod 2 open. Oh, here comes the Hidden 3. The Hidden 3 tour. I would love to see that Hidden 3 because in my opinion, that is such a whacked out map on Hidden. It is so nasty. Just the weirdest flow aim. And yeah, any gamblers in game right now? I guess not.
yeah, doesn't appear that there's going to be any gambling, unfortunately. I mean, that's the reason why I want to see a Hidden 3, is just I want to get kind of a read on how people do on that map. It seems really really tough to me. But yeah, it's gonna be the Nomad 2. Gonna be ninerik picking into tapping. No big surprises. But I believe, if I don't, like, I'm not entirely sure I remember this correctly, but I believe that ninerik dropped his Nomad 2 pick last week. Or in at least one of the previous matches of this tournament.
I think so, yeah, but I think it was one of those matches where it was like an unfortunate slip versus an FC, right?
Yeah, yeah. Tends to happen with Nomad 2s.
Right out the gate, immediately breaks from both sides. Note locks and all. Wild space streams as you'd expect. Once you get past halfway, all hell breaks loose with the streams, by the way. Once you get past that halfway point, even compared to now. Yeah, it seems as though they found the footing though, just getting used to things early on, that's all that was. Now things really kick off between these two on this map.
Alright, well, both players comboing to this middle point. Just an early break for ninerik. It's very, very close. On a knife's edge. Oh, Demonical! Actually, really big break. Lead immediately going to go over to the side of ninerik with plenty of combo to build. And Demonical breaks again.
No such breaks from ninerik though. Holding all the way through that. Gets the 1/3. ninerik really cooking here. But man, look at the axe from Demonical. He barely dropped anything in that. Unlucky breaks there from him.
It's just the nature of streams. ninerik finds his chain miss as well, just to even out as Demonical did find one earlier as well, but gonna be quite a dominating performance. 744k to 484.
Combo gaming there. The accuracy was
Convincing
bang
win.
on. Oh.
I mean, it is just that kind of map.
ninerik on match point now. Can he seal this one? Can
Hit
he
it
shake off
3!
Demonical's
It
fight
happened.
here? Oh,
okay.
here we go. Okay. Alright, dice are on the table. Final gambit. Final destination. Shadowed Castle. Shadow Castle, not Shadowed Castle. Shadow Castle. Flow aim on hidden, that is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it's the kind of pick that typically might be unexpected. I mean, honestly, this is unexpected regardless, but, you know, losing on Nomad 2 into Flow aim hidden, granted both players are proficient enough at hidden to, you know, put up a challenge. Might be a bit scary, but I don't know. This one's very freaky. Very freaky. Actually, this might straight up be Demonical taking advantage of the fact that ninerik was honest and said he hadn't played this map in the chat earlier. Demonical, when asked in kind, you know, if he played the map, just responding with a smiley. It's
Data mining in multi-chat. Data download complete, because at the moment Demonical looking really good. And ninerik only with a couple of aim drops really, looking pretty strong himself early on. This map
oh, there we go.
Up, though.
Bit of a chain miss from Demonical actually evens things up. ninerik very much keeping pace. Does find a break there though. Demonical follows it up though. It's seeming dead even as of right now.
Very, very, very small bit of combo from ninerik, but it's coming down to whoever chain misses least, it seems. Both players holding on for anything they can get. That is a well-timed bit of combo for Demonical, though.
Yeah, very, very fortunate. I was about to say, just so happens. Looking for the reverses. These two breaks from ninerik are far more consequential, though, than the earlier ones. Demonical with a proper combo advantage now.
Yeah, into the slide attack
start
here.
To build. Oh no!
Ooh, that slider break.
I was gonna say, I mean, this is so much more this is supposed to be free combo comparatively. This is not. You're not really supposed to break there, I'm pretty sure.
Well, not compared to the streams. Oh, Demonical's gonna be fine though. Immediate chain miss from ninerik. Can't make use of the advantage. I'm impressed.
This
These
map
two are holding as well as they are.
Ruthless.
But it's so nasty. Combo is at a premium. But they're not dropping too much arc, which is keeping them both in it somewhat.
But we're closing in on the end here, though, and I think that one moment of the Demonical combo advantage has just been enough here. I mean, with all the chain misses happening to ninerik right now, that is going to widen the gap even further. Really was no need, but yeah, Demonical going to be taking a point and keeping himself in this.
Yeah, the gambit paying off there for Demonical. But it was pretty even until the end there, where things really opened up. Demonical with a nice flourish at the end there, and holding on to his A. Yeah, at least that guarantees, yeah, that map is pretty hard.
Yeah,
It's not just us. That map is hard.
I did get a read on it. Yeah, just looking at it in the editor, I felt like, yeah, this is like the hardest map in the pool. And I think I'm justified in thinking that. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see that again this week. Hopefully that hasn't scared too many people.
I can't wait for Malashevsky to FC it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see it banned against him. Just to
oh, no, you're right. You're right, actually. Yeah, we're not even going to get to see it, probably.
Oh, here we go then. All right. It is Goodbye Sengen. The lovely Sans cover, of course. I hope they haven't replaced the MP3. That would just be a sign of weakness.
I don't know. I'm known to be a real stickler for MP3 changing covers. I'm kind of on that side of things. I respect it.
Fair. Each to his own. I don't know. It's part of the challenge. You're supposed to suffer through it, like us, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
This is a high ARDT. This is AR 9.2 plus DT. It's a very high ARDT, but pretty comfortable DT aim map. Not too weird, apart from the AR, I guess. Which is, well, pretty good for ninerik, but Demonical has that mechanics skill to back him up on maps like these. Relying on this for the match point, though. It's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, really. Very much a toss-up.
Getting to that halfway point now, and both players still comboing comfortably here. Demonical even building up his act here. Not quite gonna live up to the standard bite of ninerik here, but ninerik breaks! Oh dear.
Slightly easier part too.
Yeah.
Solo here. Bit of speed.
I mean, this is just what Demonical wanted. Look at how quickly this lead has grown. What an awful spot to break.
I felt that one from here, man.
Yeah,
paid.
Deeply unfortunate. Yeah, it just does not matter. The lead is massive. It is already it is 200k. There is not enough map. Just a deeply unfortunate play for ninerik. This miss, unfortunately, gonna cost him this opportunity to close the match out early. And we will be seeing a tiebreaker.
It's happened again. The first game of the week going to tiebreaker. This is like not the first time this has happened. What is
this map. Oh my
it's
god.
This map. Oh yeah. Yeah. By the way, it's not just any old tiebreaker. It's the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
The Azure Arbitrator. I'm getting PTSD just from looking at the background, dude. That match was something else. And so is this, actually. Demonical actually running this back, man. ninerik had his nose in front for a lot of this game, but Demonical has kept himself in it. A big break point there on a map that was very much a toss-up between the two. But Demonical sticking it in there, but what happens now? Like, this is very ulty. 274 BPM, like, taps. Ulti, fast jumps a lot of the time. And Demonical loves his no mod 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would, especially given that it is a kind of ulti or tiebreaker, might want to give the advantage to Demonical, but I don't know. ninerik's been, you know, he's a different player. He's very well-rounded at this point, and I think absolutely can put up a fight. I don't think that Demonical necessarily has some huge advantage. I think it's ultimately, you know, very close to a toss-up, if nothing else.
Yeah, I can't see there being too much in this. Of course, ninerik is not going to be playing this ult style. He's going to be single tapping it. It's a speed map to ninerik, and he's going to be right at home with that. Not many like fast streams in this. There are a lot of streams at times, but they're all spaced 1/3 streams. For the most part, it's fast taps. Pretty much the whole way through. It's a very consistent map for the most part in its style, so we'll see who can keep it up for, well, it's like 8 minutes long. Well, 7 minutes, and then it's like a minute slow part at the end.
Strap in.
Wait, did you see ninerik break that slider?
Wait,
he just broke one of those slow sliders. Okay.
He looked away from his monitor. He was not looking at the screen. Classic move.
See,
he was pressing tab to hide the scoreboard. You know, I can think of any number of excuses for ninerik here. Just trust me. He did not. Surely he did not just miss aim. No way.
I'll see. He's going to remove the nerves as he. I was going to make a comment about seeing the rest of the map, but I won't do it to him. I'm not going to do it to him. I'm just going to let him play the map.
It's 9 minutes or something. I don't know. It's.
Hey man, we're dealing with professionals here.
I suppose we are,
guys.
but I don't know, man. Asking someone to FC an 8-minute or so tiebreaker in tournament is very, very, very few people in the world can be expected to do something like that.
Okay, here we go. The map is getting going now. There's occasional very wide, snappy jumps every now and again as a fixture of this. Both players hit the first one. It's tense. It's a loser's bracket match, don't forget. The loser of this map goes home in the round table. Qualifier tournament. They want to be in LA. ninerik, though, is going to have to come from behind with the first break there.
I'll say that since this is literally 8 minutes long, it's a whole lot less scary than it typically would be. Typically, you'd see 800 combo to 100 and just despair, but actually, he's still in this. Don't worry. Just look at the score. Even with all these breaks, you know, it's not a good sign of things to come necessarily, and, you know, the lead is starting to build at this point, but ninerik is still in this.
There's plenty of time.
Yeah, there is very doable still.
At the moment, though, Demonical just needs to keep his cool. At the moment, he's looking rock solid. Accuracy very good. But surely the nerves must kick in on a map like this. It's impossible not to. Can he hold his nerve? Well, he sees at the break. He knows that he's in a good spot. ninerik already called him GG. That is not true, buddy.
Yeah.
That really isn't true. First quarter is done. 3 more to go. still an FC for Demonical. A third in. ninerik is recovering nicely though, which is exactly what he needs to make this work.
Such an insanely good play from Demonical so far, but unfortunately is going to finally find a break. Dropping his insane accuracy. I did have to speak, unfortunately. I was silent this whole time. I had a feeling, and yeah, it was dead on. I speak and he immediately breaks. Very unfortunate. I'm sorry, Demonical.
Okay, at least the ending didn't like become super tense or anything.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of sad. Hard to say. Like it.
The stream just came back.
Oh, are we back? Okay, okay, okay. Well, we're very sorry to broadcast this in this manner, but there was a power outage. Yes, Demonical won the map in incredible fashion, he has 600k. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, like before we talk about what happened there, let's just talk about Demonical's score. God, dude just got 620k on that.
He
That's actually an
totally
incredible score for Demonical.
owned this tiebreaker. Incredible performance.
Yeah, we were talking about this during the intermission there, where we had a power outage on server side. So apologies, we couldn't bring you the body of that tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But we're back now. It's fine. And it just seems as though on this map, Demonical just had the aim, man. The aim consistency really winning the day on that TB. Good fight though from ninerik. Great fight, great match. But Demonical just had that little bit more on this TB. And did well to stay in the game despite being down a point or so through most of it, actually. Very well played.
Yeah, it was funny. Despite the difference in points being down like the whole match, it didn't really feel like ninerik was so far ahead or, you know, anything. I feel like in spite of all that, it somehow managed to not totally feel like an underdog battle. You know, Demonical was always putting up a pretty good fight on most every map. I think the most notable underperformance would have been Hidden 4. Broadly speaking, very, very good performance from Demonical this whole game, and ninerik for that matter. It's just, I think the tiebreaker in particular, and some poorly timed breaks, I guess, from ninerik made a pretty big difference.
That tends to be how it be sometimes.
Yeah, it's of course, especially the DT1 prior to the tiebreaker. You know,
yeah, man.
Just such an unfortunate place to break, and yeah, that's how it works out sometimes. It's not always gonna go as in practice or as one might expect. Simply the nature of tournaments.
Either way, though, I think ninerik can be proud of his performance, though. He's shown his versatility here on pretty much everything that's been thrown at him. He's put up a good fight on a lot of different map styles here. Very well played, but it's going to be the end of the road for ninerik. He is out. Demonical goes through and is waiting the results of the match there just below. Xylus and Mustache, which will be happening this weekend. And of course, Demonical will be playing again this weekend in the second round with the Mean Losers bracket. So
yeah, we've gotten into the 2 matches a weekend for the losers bracket players. So
plenty more happening though in the round table this weekend. Now I've got the teething problems out of the way. More happening. Yeah. In 1 hour's time will be another of the losers bracket matchups between Enri and Intercamming, which I think is going to be a barnstormer of a game. Those two been on great form, particularly last week. Some amazing plays in the round table last week. Those two, they'll be going at it in 1 hour time. It's going to be good.
It will indeed.
I believe you're on for cast that one, aren't
you? Yes, I will be on there. I will be joined by Taikani. Whatever. We'll work it out again. It's funny. Last week I asked him how to pronounce his name, and I just forgot it again. It flew. It's kind of silly.
The names are hard. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be having more of that though. I'll be lurking that one in chat, so it's gonna be good. Cheers for the cast notes. It was good again, man. Good.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Hell yeah. Stay tuned, everyone, for more Round Table 2 Qualifiers Tournament action in 1 hour. Stay tuned.